Yo, what's up guys? It is Nigel here, and today we're back with another fighting game news for a month, and this time we are talking about May. I'm a little bit late on this because obviously I was working on the Devil May Cry video, and I just wanted to relax a little bit, enjoy the state of play, and just enjoy it a little bit, and just, do my own thing. But we're back here, a little bit late, but it's all good though, it's all good. If you're new to this, basically this is me just talking about the news that we got last month for fighting game news. So this is May, so I'm just going to talk about all the information we got for fighting games. If I do miss anything, comment down below, because sometimes I do, and that's pretty much basically the gist of this video. And like I said, comment down below if I miss anything. There's going to be timestamps if you want to skip to a certain section. And with that being said, let's begin with the video. So the first game we're going to be talking about here is going to be Street Fighter 6, and we have a few trailers here. So we don't have necessarily a character trailer, because we already got that for last month, but we do have the Freaka Fighter trailer, basically, for your avatar fighters, because they're adding a new mode to this game. I actually mentioned a video talking about this, and I still have the same opinion about it even when it came out. I haven't even played it, but go figure, because basically my opinion was this is good, this is huge for casuals, but for people that have been playing the game normally, like the regular modes, it's cool. You're not really gonna mess with it at all. And I haven't even tried it, so that just goes to show you. So that's a new mode that they have. They have an arcade mode with your fighters, and a random match online mode with your fighters too, so you can participate in I think they're going to be set levels, so no one's overpowered basically. So there's that. But obviously, maybe if you have the right certain moves, you could probably just destroy people. I'm not sure the tier list when it comes to that, but I'm pretty sure there's a video out there for that. But yeah, but that's pretty much that. So that's pretty good for it's overall W for just casuals basically. And then there is the outfits. We got the outfit 3s for the last DLC characters, which go figure. The best one, in my opinion, is probably either Sagat or Ingrid, and I don't even like Ingrid. Alex is pretty trash. I think that's the worst one. I don't know what they were doing with that one. That one was bad. And then there is the Sea Viper's one, which is not too bad either. Overall, they're not bad outfits. Ingrid or Sagat has it's between those two have the best ones. The other two are Sea Viper's whatever, and then Alex is really just not good. I was expecting that we would get the outfit 4s, or at least another set or something. We did not get anything, which is just lame. I'm gonna be honest, it's really lame. We did get some the Drive Tech outfits, which is pretty cool. So there is that, and that's not too bad. So yeah, I believe there's a red color and a blue color. I'm not gonna use them, but it's just the track suits, basically from Street Fighter 5, but kind of I feel as if the tracksuits are a bit better, but this is not too bad either. But a free outfit's a free outfit, so everybody has that in the game, so yeah. But that is pretty much it when it comes to Street Fighter 6, honestly, because besides the Freak Fighter thing and Ingrid coming out, because she did come out obviously in May too, it seems like they might end World Tour. That's the only news I could think about talking for Street Fighter 6, because they only mention it in the release trailer for Ingrid, with the pack for her for the World Tour mode. Almost said freaking story mode, but World Tour mode basically. So there's that, but that's really it. So there might not be any more World Tour content heavily, which is good. So that means they're actually going to have a huge update, maybe a huge balance patch, huge change to the game. That's what I've been waiting for, because World Tour did not matter to me too much. I played it, I actually beat it, and I'm and I didn't do the other characters. I didn't really mess with those, so yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all the news for Street Fighter 6. Moving on to the next game. The next game we're going to be talking about here is going to be Tekken 8 with 2 trailers. One of them being the Konimitsu trailer, and honestly, I've never been a big fan of Konimitsu, so for me this was just kind of an trailer, honestly, me. I'm pretty sure there's some people out there like her, and legitimately she's some cool stuff. I know Arsenal Match is excited for her, but me personally, no. I just not a character that I particularly am interested in. She does some sword stuff or whatever, some ninja stuff and stuff like that. Her rage art, I think it kind of looks similar to Noctis's rage art, honestly, which is kind of strange. The finisher at least. That end part kind of reminds me of the finisher of Noctis's, which is quite strange. I'm not sure if that was maybe a shortcut in a way for animation or something like that. I'm not complaining per se, but I'm just it's kind of similar. But yeah, that's kind of that's all I really have to talk about. Kind of Konimitsu. I don't really know her tech. I just think it's it's okay. Some people like her. I'm one of the people that don't like her, so that's really all I have to say with that. She's in the game, cool for people that wanted her, but for free, to be honest with you, in this season pass, there's only 1 or 2 cool characters, but I think one of them is Bob. I think Bob is fine returning. Her, It could have been anybody else, bro. Where's Julia at? You know what I'm saying? And then we have another trailer with the Yojiro trailer, which is the other character that I think is perfect. This is like the perfect character here. And I actually had a conversation about that too before, how you could have did another series too, which would have been King and Ashura, because that series with its characters would have been actually the most perfect one, but it's just not as popular as Baki, so I understand. But Yujiro heavily fits. I know some people, there's some controversy like he shouldn't fit, freaking Goku should fit. I'm like, simmer down. Like, come on now. Waifu number 9, I get it. Tifa didn't make it. It's okay. But he's actually the perfect fit. So I think he's probably going to bring the hype. But I'm not sure how this is going to go necessarily. Like, I think he's going to be fine sales-wise. He's going to bring a lot of people back to Tekken. But the problem that Tekken has, which is his news, is that for one, since Harada's left, he's actually with SNK and his own like corporation that's partnered with SNK. So he has his own group going. And Nakatsu recently just left. He left at the end of May, so I'm not sure if he's going to be joining Harada, because it seems like that's what's going on. They're kind of like having their own thing, group of people that, you know, they mess with, their own club basically, if you will, of the people that they worked with together just to make their own games the way they want to, and that might be the case. So we're losing a lot of people. The only person we have left is Michael Murray, because I believe I forget the other person that left, but he left a while ago, so it's really just Michael Murray now, and he might leave as well. So this is a really, I'm not sure if it's super bad for Tekken, but to me and other people are like, oh good, they're gone. Like, I'm not sure if that's a good idea, bro. Like that thought process. So Tekken 8 might be in some hot water, but who knows? It'll just be a different type of approach. Like the announcements we get, like, you know, talking to us, we're just gonna get an announcement. No, they're not gonna talk to us. So I think that's gonna be the case more. And who knows, if this, I feel as if this season doesn't sell too well, this might be the last season for Tekken 8, honestly. That's my thought process, though. But either way, that's pretty much all the news for Tekken 8. Moving on to the next game. Next up is SNK section, which is basically the Fatal Fury section. So first off, the character we are getting, well, we got last month, which was Mr. Karate. I'm gonna be honest with you, he's extremely fun. Like, generally, I played him. He can cancel. He can actually, like, he has like a counter move where he can counter any projectile or like physical attack. And if he EX it, he can also do it to like EX attacks too. It's really crazy, like, especially if you get the timing right. He has a different animation where he like does a combo and you can follow up. He's insanely fun. Like, actually, he's insanely fun. I like how it also is Robert instead of I forget his name. I actually like everything about this. He's fun to use, great character to play as. I have no complaints. He's already out. I like him. Generally like him. But next month we're gonna get Kenshiro, and I'm curious, which is this month. Curious what he's gonna play like. That's gonna be the big one for SNK for sure. This is gonna get a lot of people in, and I'm hoping that people will stay, because I think this game is fun. I just haven't got a lot of time to play it, but I try every new character. I think I like Krauser the most so far. Like, I'm gonna be honest, that dude's a beast. He's really fun to use. But either way, other news with SNK is obviously Harada joins the SNK. Like, he has his own studio in SNK basically. It's called Versus. He's getting some people up, like I said, from other employments, like from Bandai Namco, you know, that worked with him. So it's just going to be people that, you know, he knows and trusts to work on the games that he wants to make, which is good. I think that's a good approach, which is why Nakatsu leaving, people were thinking he's going to join Harada, and soon Michael Murray will, which, to be honest, it's not looking good for Tekken, but hey, for their own corporation, they're going to go up, because it's going to be only people they know and trust, and it's going to be the games they want to make, which is good. I think it's a good thing to do, honestly, especially since it seems like Bandai is not really treating the devs too well. It's understandable, so I like this approach actually. But that is the news pretty much for SNK side and Fatal Fury State of the Wolves. Moving on to the next game and section. The next fighting game we're going to be talking about here is going to be Avatar: The Last Airbender, the fighting game with the Azula trailer. Finally! She looks really, really cool. Really, really cool. I like how she has like some setup stuff, like kind of like Ash from SNK, like Ash Crimson. So she has some traps, and they can move around and move forward, and there's like a certain type of variation that she has that can like make it move forward and last longer. There's a focus thing and a non-focus thing. I'm going to be so honest with you. I think most people, well, no, because being in focus mode, I think you get jump cancel. Like, you get numerous like ways to jump cancel. Like, you can do it in any direction basically. So that's kind of cool thing about that. But unfocused, you get some crazy combos. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna do trap setup to see how that works when I first play the game, honestly. But I want to lean more to unfocused, because I think that was like the cool thing about Azula. Like, she could be cool, calm, collected, which made her so powerful. But her being reckless, she did a lot more damage, but it just wasn't, you know, as focus. That's kind of like the thing with the game plan here. So I like that. So I'm not really sure what I would use for here. I'm going to try all of them, of course, but I'm leaning more towards unfocused. It just looks cool. It looks appealing, and like the story with it, and like, you know, the mirror of her mother in the background being shattered. That looks good. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn on that, but overall, the trailer was pretty sick. That is my honest opinion about it. Now, there was an image of Kiyoshi, but I'm gonna wait until like show that until for like maybe next month, this month meaning, because I want to see the actual gameplay of her, then show her, if that makes sense. So there is an image of her. She's insanely tall, but that's all I'm gonna say on that. But either way, that's pretty much it for the Avatar fighting game section. Moving on to the next game. The next fighting game we're going to be talking about here is going to be Marvel Tekken, with the May news that we got for Captain America's team, which his team consists of himself, obviously Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, and Black Panther, but it's Shuri. Now, honestly, my opinion on everything when it comes to all these characters, I might try out Captain America maybe. Like, I'm a Captain America fan, but I'm not really sure. Like, he's not going to be a selling point for me getting this game. So I'm like, I don't really care too much. But, you know, he's there if I do get the game. Now, Iron Man, don't care. Hulk, don't care. Shuri, don't care. If it was T'Challa, I wouldn't have cared regardless. It didn't matter to me, woman or man. I just wouldn't care. This doesn't motivate me to get the game personally. Now, because I know there's some talks online. Like, man, it should have been T'Challa. I understand why it's not T'Challa. You know, to have a fourth character that's a female for the teams, because it could have just been Black Widow, more than likely, and I don't think anybody would have wanted that. Maybe there's some Black Widow fans like, hey, I would have. To be honest, that's the minority. But further comes to that. But either way, I understand why people can be upset about it, and why people are like, hey, you shouldn't be upset about it. I get the whole thing. I don't really care. I would have not used T'Challa or her. It don't matter to me. So, yeah. But either way, it didn't really. This team doesn't motivate me to get the game. I will say the people in June, I'm like, okay, if I did get the game, I got a few people. I have the numbers are starting to grow here of me wanting to play the game a bit more now from the news in June, but we have to get there at the end of this month. So yeah, but that's pretty much it for Marvel Tekken news. Moving on to the next game. The next and final game we're going to be talking about here is going to be Pocket Bravery, with 3 trailers, starting off with Arashi here, and he's a ninja character. He doesn't look too bad, honestly, but I'm going to say this right off the bat. Would it be a character I use? No. Honestly, for me, ninja characters are not really like the archetypes I really like. Not even in Dead or Alive, particularly. Unless it's like Hayate, but besides that, not really. And I kind of recently am starting slowly to getting into them, but just not fully that much, honestly. But overall, not a bad character. His stage is actually really sick. I actually like the stage a lot that he's in. His gameplay looks pretty simple and not too hard to learn either, so I kind of appreciate that. He seems like an easier character to get with. Then after that, we have Filippo, which I didn't think he would fight the way he does, but he fights like a monkey. I think he does monkey style, I believe. I might be mistaken, but I think that's what he does. And I get his gimmick. He's like some Wukong, basically. So I think if he hits you with a certain move, like he can absorb your ki or something like that. I'm not sure if the system is for this game, but he does that, then he can pull up a power pole, basically. So that's kind of a unique type of move set. I'm wondering how much he needs to like do like certain type of versions with the pole, but that's kind of cool. Would it be a character I use? No. Honestly, the character I would use would probably be Sun, but I didn't cover him last month, unfortunately. That's my bad. I didn't know there was a trailer for this game for that. But anyways, last we have Mohai, which is basically a shadow version of Arashi, and he looks cool, but it's a shadow version. It makes sense. He looks really cool. I like what he's doing, like the effects they gave him, and he has that gimmick where whenever they do a super, they throw something at you, but it looks like it's just hitting you really like automatically, but that's not the case. They have to extend like the attack box, I guess, for that. I think that's cool. I like characters that have stuff like that. Would I use them still? Probably not if I did play the game. Out of the DLC characters here, legitimately, I'd probably play Filippo out of these 3, but if we're including the one from April, Sun looks the coolest. I mean, it looks like he's beating you up. So I actually just prefer that, but these characters here are not particularly bad either. I'm just glad that this game does have DLC still, and the fact that it came out like boom, 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 like back to back to back for these characters, which is really impressive because most games don't do that. And I think this game obviously is a little bit under the radar here, but it's cool to mention that, you know, they're still making content for this game, so that's, you know, much appreciated. And I think the Arashi character, I think he has his own like game. But either way, that's pretty much all the news for fighting games this month. If I did miss anything, there's a chance I could have. Let me know down below in the comment section. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys have a great day, a great night, a great noon, or whatever time zone you guys are at, man. And I'll see you guys in the next video.